country musician with the rhythm of a rapper, the soul of a Motown diva, and a gift for turning pain into prose. After more than a decade as a relative unknown in hip-hop and rap, Jason DeFord, better known as the American musician Jelly Roll, finally found his sound.
Every time I write a song, it's written from the soul. But I think that's how you connect with people. Real people needed real music.
It was his decision to focus on his own real-life experience that changed everything for Jelly Roll. The release of Save Me, his first country song and a raw cry for help about his struggles with addiction, brought virtual overnight success at the height of the pandemic.
Somebody save me from myself.
So just that moment when you released Save Me and the lyrics that spoke to so many, I mean, what did that feel like?
I knew it was different because I focus on how music makes you feel. And it made me feel different.
That song did?
It made me emotional every single time I heard it.
Does it still?
Oh, sometimes. Every time I sing it. Every time I sing it, I choke back tears.
Lost cause, baby, don't waste your time on me.
But his was a long road to success.
I'd say around the age of 13 or 14, I got in trouble for the first time. And the drug dealers were the only people that seemed to be doing well. So early, I took to them. And I ended up going into a vicious cycle for about 10 years where I was in and out of the system before I finally cleaned up my act, and I found music to be a saving grace for me.
What was it about you that changed? Was it suddenly realizing you had to change your life?
Yeah, it was actually fatherhood.
Fatherhood.
It's fatherhood.
Finding out you became a father, which I think happened when you were in jail.
Yes, ma'am. I was incarcerated, and the guard knocked on my door and told me I had a daughter that day, and it was an instant change.
Was it?
I couldn't even describe. It's like every emotion I'd never felt in life suddenly just swarmed me. And sitting in that jail cell for a petty crack cocaine case, thinking, is this who this child's father is?
'Cause I'm only one drink away from the devil. I'm only one.
The recovering addict and former drug dealer has since gone on to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for drug support programs across America, and recently appeared before the US Senate to urge Republicans and Democrats to come together to tackle the threat of fentanyl. More than 60,000 Americans are dying every year from the drug, and the numbers are still rising.
During the time that I've been given to share my testimony here, I think it's important to note before I start that in these 5 minutes I'll be speaking that somebody in the United States will die of a drug overdose, and it is almost a 72% chance that during those 5 minutes it will be fentanyl related. I realized today that almost every senator that spoke up there had a personal testimony of somebody they knew directly, family, friends, somebody they knew personally that had been affected by the opioid crisis and the fentanyl epidemic in America. And it gave me hope. I left there actually hopeful.
He may have hope for the future, but until then, America's drugs epidemic is taking a huge personal toll, not least on his own daughter, whose mother, Jelly Roll's former partner, is an addict herself.
The sad part is no matter how good I am to her and how much she calls my wife mom and how much my wife has been her mom, there's still the side of that little girl that just wishes her mother would get her life together and come back in it.
She can't.
She can't. She is fighting an uphill battle with a disease that is just running rampant through her. And I fear sometimes that it's not if I'm going to have to tell my daughter today's the day, it's when I have to tell my daughter today was the day.
Those are the real stories that Jelly Roll wants to tell. Stories like his own that he hopes will speak to his people, he says, those struggling with addiction just like he was.
I'm hungry in a church pew. Girl, I hurt you, but I hurt too.
That raw storytelling is at the heart of his seminal album, Whitsitt Chapel, named after the church his family visited every Sunday in his small hometown on the outskirts of Nashville in Tennessee, where his story began.
It's about my personal journey and finding myself where I'm at now, which is kind of somewhere in the middle. I kind of live between that right and wrong era. You know, I have a strong faith. I'm a positive person. I preach good stuff, and I'll still cuss a lot. you know, and I'll still get rowdy every now and then. That's just kind of part of who I am.
Just barely flowing